I want to talk today about a chart that's haunting me, and actually it's not the Bitcoin chart, even though when you look at this chart it is a little bit haunting. We're now under 63,000. I want to talk about another chart that is really haunting me, and I'm going to show you that chart. And then what I want to do is I want to spend some time talking about ZachXBT, because he says he has a major investigation that's dropping on February the 26th, which is 2 days from today, about one of crypto's most profitable businesses where multiple employees abused internal data to trade insider trade over a prolonged period of time. So we have some speculation as to who this protocol or this business may be, and I want to share that with you, because if you know who it is, then you know who it is before anyone else knows who it is, and that's why we're bringing you the news 2 days before it's actually being published. Then you can make a lot of money, and that's what I want to show you. I want to show you exactly how that is. So it's about the chart that today is about the charts or charts that haunt me, and it's about ZachXBT's investigation. We've done some real deep digging to tell us who it may actually be that he's going to be exposing. So let's get going, guys. Another red day here in crypto. How's this? I mean, another now under 63,000, and that's what one of the charts that I actually want to talk to you guys about. I want to talk to you about this chart that is actually haunting me. You know what I've just noticed is that my screen. Oh, there we go. You're now seeing the chart. So before we do, guys, I was away last week in Mar-a-Lago, and because I was away last week in Mar-a-Lago, the YouTube algorithm forgot that I exist, and the only way to make it remember that I exist is if you guys smash the like button. So do me a favor. I'm going to bring you crypto love and crypto wisdom. What I need you to do is smash the like button. I'm going to now show you the chart that has actually been haunting me. And as I said to you, it's actually not the crypto chart. It's a chart that I showed you guys yesterday. It's this chart over here, which is the chart, the weekly chart of Bitcoin. Now, the reason why this weekly chart of Bitcoin is haunting me is because this weekend, when we had that flash crash, we went down under the 200-week EMA. Right now, the gray line here is the 200-week exponential moving average, and the 200-week simple moving average is the one just under the 200-week exponential moving average. Now, why does this chart haunt me? This chart haunts me because it's playing out that every time, 100% of the times that we crossed under the 200-week exponential moving average, we then, within a very short period of time, either the same week, within 1 week, or within 3 weeks, we then hit the 200-week simple moving average. And that's why it's haunting me, because when I look at the chart of Bitcoin, as you can see, not the prettiest looking chart, we haven't had a single bounce. We've now broken through on the exponential moving average, and the next stop is the 200-week simple moving average, which is over here at 59,000. Now, generally in bear markets, we generally stop, and that's usually the bottom. The problem is that when you look at that 200-week simple moving average, and you look at 2021, we broke below it also quite early, but we still went 40% down or 35% down from the time that we actually broke below it. And that's why this chart is absolutely haunting me. The other chart that is absolutely haunting me is this chart over here. Don't like this chart at all. It's the correlation between Bitcoin and that ETF, which tracks all the software companies, the IGV ETF, right? And the reason why this chart also haunts me is that you can see that this chart also had a breakdown under the 200-week SMA. Why does this chart haunt me? Because these software companies are actually getting killed. I just want to quickly just get you guys a ChatGPT here, so we can, or any one of our bots here. What are the components of, oh, my spelling is so bad. Components of the IGV ETF. Now, we know that Bitcoin has been tracking this ETF for some crazy, strange reason. The market has been pricing the Bitcoin like this software ETF, right? So it's like it's out of the blue, this correlation came out between Bitcoin and this IGV ETF, which is a software ETF. And you kind of go back all the way back to 2021 and you're like, why is the market pricing Bitcoin like software when software is usually SaaS and it actually yields you returns? Why is Bitcoin priced like companies such as Microsoft, Palantir, Oracle? 𝗙𝗪, can you make my block a little bit smaller so that the guys can actually read that? Palantir, Salesforce. The reason why this thing is so scary for me is that if you look at these companies, these are the companies that are being the most disrupted by AI. People are kind of saying, look, because of AI, people won't actually use Excel anymore or Word anymore. And that's why things like Microsoft is basically being hit. If you look at the chart of Salesforce, it's a very, very, very scary chart. So like when I look at the Salesforce chart, let's see, I don't know what the Salesforce, I said CRM. When I look at the Salesforce chart, just look how terrible and how scary that chart is. Now, why is that chart so scary? What do Salesforce do? Salesforce create CRM technologies, basically, right? They create Salesforce technologies. That's what they are at their core. Yes, it's a much more complex company now. But all of that is moving to AI agents, right? And so all of these companies, the reason why this IGV ETF is getting killed is because all of these companies, I think bar Palantir, I think Palantir is maybe a bit of an exception here, but all of these companies here are the ones that are going to be or getting disrupted, or most of these companies are the ones that are being disrupted by AI, right? So like Microsoft being really disrupted by AI. Yes, they do have a stake or a agreement with ChatGPT. Salesforce, same thing. Palo Alto Networks, same thing. Adobe, etc. These are all the ones. Intuit, financial tax and tax software. AI agents are pretty much going to do all of this, right? Why is Bitcoin being priced like this chart? That's another chart that actually haunts me or terrifies me, because if we're going to suffer the same fate as shares that are being displaced by AI, that's not really what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin doesn't have revenue, it doesn't have SaaS revenue, etc., etc. So it's very strange to me that investors have been and are pricing Bitcoin like SaaS software. Like, it doesn't make sense. And I don't like it when things like that don't make sense. And it's a very scary correlation. There are good charts that I also want to look at before we get on to the ZachXBT investigation. This is a good chart, and I must say 𝗙𝗪𝗀 is really upped his game when it comes to research. He's saying the most valuable chart, this is the most valuable chart in the markets, Bitcoin versus gold. In history, the Bitcoin versus gold. So when you look at the bear markets of Bitcoin versus gold in months, he says usually the bear market, in other words, Bitcoin, gold outperforming Bitcoin, those bear markets usually last 14 months. And in this case, we're in month 14 and the lowest RSI on the monthly, weekly, 2-weekly, and 3-day ever recorded. So that chart basically gives us a lot of hope that, if things are to repeat like they have in every other cycle, then we are actually due for a bounce. And again, if they bounce, obviously the altcoins will bounce. And he kind of said the same thing. He said the valuation of altcoins versus gold in the lowest level ever recorded, it's now at 22. So valuations never ever seen before. And so I think on a risk return type basis, it's probably time to be in the market. And there's two reasons why I think it's time to be in the market. The first thing is what Ben Cowan says. He says, when looking at Bitcoin year-to-date ROI in midterm years, Bitcoin usually performed weak for a good portion of February, with a slight bounce into early March and then a continued decline into April and May. So that indicates that we should actually get a bounce, right? The other thing to me that says it's probably now better to be in the market than out the market is this FundStrat report, which I'm actually going to make a full video about. But this FundStrat report basically looked at what happens if you missed the top 10 days in the market. So like if you took the year and you said, okay, what if I was out of the market for the top 10 days of that year, then what would my return actually be? And it basically shows that you basically gave up all the return. Like, look how crazy 2019 is. If you were in the market for the whole year, for the best 10 days, you got 217%. But for the rest of the market, you got a negative 40% return. Like, that's absolutely crazy. So you got to be in the market for the best 10 days. Now, the idea is time in the market versus timing the markets, which we'll talk about when I actually make this video, right? But more importantly, it is what are the conditions that happen just before the 10 days. And that's what I want to spend time on when I actually make this video. And I'll make the video and I'll probably drop it tomorrow on Crypto Insider. So that'll be that. Anyway, for now, I mean, we carry on bleeding. We're in the depth of a bear market. It's terrible. It's you know what the thing about bear markets is? The thing about bear markets is that in the bull markets, there was all the froth and all the euphoria, and everyone was too busy making money. And in the bear market, the bodies start to rise to the surface, right? So in the bull market, everyone was happy, everyone was making money. No one was pointing fingers at one another. In the bear market, people want to blame someone. And so what happens when they want to blame someone? Effectively, what they do is all the investigations start, and they start blaming. Everyone starts blaming everybody else, right? And so in this case, what we saw yesterday is we saw like some big things come out. The first thing that we saw coming out is that Terraform Labs, which is the company behind Luna and Terra, basically now is suing Jane Street for basically depegging UST. I don't know if you guys, for those of you who weren't here, but for those of you who weren't here, there used to be a stable coin called Luna, and Luna was a stable coin that was algorithmic, and it depegged because someone attacked it, and Terraform Labs is now announcing that they're suing Jane Street for this, right? And they break it down in a court case. So this is the body surfacing from the 2021 bear market. And had Luna not collapsed, chances are that Celsius wouldn't have collapsed, FTX wouldn't have collapsed, and probably we would have had an amazing bear market. So if they get this right and this is true, then and again I'm saying if, I don't know, Jane Street, I don't know what's going to happen, but I can tell you that if they're right about this and Jane Street was actually negligent about this, then or not negligent, but if they did attack UST, then they are the ones that effectively caused the bear market. They caused Luna to collapse. It probably could have collapsed anyway, but these are the guys that actually, if this is right, actually attacked it. And therefore, Luna collapsed, therefore Voyager collapsed, therefore Celsius collapsed, therefore, and eventually we get to the point where that's why FTX collapsed and why everybody lost money. So we'll keep our eyes open on this one. At the same time, what came out yesterday was this thing over here. Now, what is this thing over here? ZachXBT. He is the most prolific investigator, on-chain sleuth on the market. The guy, I've interacted with him, and I want to give you some background about ZachXBT. So number one, I think he's somewhere on the spectrum, and I say that in the nicest way possible. For him, he just wants the world to be right, and he hates anything that's wrong. And he's quite, I say this very respectfully, he's quite autistic about it. Autistic people have this thing about things have got to be right or they've got to be wrong. And for him, it's got to be right. And so for him, for Zach, ultimately, he's probably the most incorruptible guy. And what he wants is he wants to solve mysteries, and he wants the good guys to win, and he wants the bad guys to lose. This is the kind of guy that even if you are his best friend, that if you do something wrong, his mind goes into tilt mode, and he will make sure that you actually get it right, and he will not stop until he actually gets it. Now, he started in crypto a long time ago, and at the time he was focusing on very small investigations, but he developed an amazing skill. And his skill was he learned how to use on-chain sleuth tools before they even existed. He learned how to track accounts, and he learned how to track wallets, and he learned how to follow money in the blockchain. And through that, he's been probably the most prolific investigator in crypto. Whenever there's a big investigation, I've seen the Department of Justice actually rely on his work, etc., etc. Now, he came out yesterday and he said, new major investigation dropping February 26th. One of crypto's most profitable businesses where multiple employees abused internal data to insider trade over a prolonged period of time. Okay, now what he didn't know when he posted this was that this thing was going to get, look at this, 7.1 million views, 25,000 likes. Why? Because we're in a bear market, and in a bear market, bad news travels really fast. And he also actually came out and he also said, I hope it doesn't end up underwhelming, because there's no way that I could anticipate that a simple teaser about one of my investigations would get 5.5 million views and 20,000 likes. So now the question becomes, who is he going to expose? Because if you know who he's going to expose, then you can make money. Why? Because a lot of companies who are the potential companies that he may expose have started to already go down. And there's multiple places that you can trade these things. You can go short, you can go to poly markets and you can bet for, or you can bet against. You can wait for the news, and I'll show you how to wait for the news and actually get the news. But ultimately, if you know who it is, then you can actually make money. So the question for us is, we've got to look at two things. How do we determine who it is and who it isn't? And how do we actually land up making money from who it is and who it isn't? So I think the answer lies in looking at the tweet. And the tweet says, we'll read it again. It says, major investigation dropping on one of cryptos. So I think the first keyword here is crypto. It's a crypto company. So it's probably not Robinhood, because initially a lot of people thought it could be Robinhood. And if you go to poly markets and you look, Robinhood is actually on the list somewhere, or was actually on the list. But the question then becomes, is it on the list? I thought it was on the list. Okay, it's not. I'm going too fast here. Okay, so we know it's a crypto company. We know it's not a hybrid company, etc., etc. Then on top of that, it's crypto's most profitable businesses. Okay, so it's a very profitable crypto company where there are multiple employees. Okay, so it can't be it's multiple employees, abused internal data to insider trade. Okay, so now you put all the pieces together. It's a crypto business. It's got to be profitable. It's got to have multiple employees. And somehow they have to be able to use internal data to insider trade. So who could these companies be? So the first thing is that Polymarket has a list. And as you can see in that list, they've got Meteora, Axiom, 𝗙𝗍. Because you think about like all these businesses. Think about what's Meteora. Meteora is liquidity for meme coins, right? If you know that a meme coin liquidity pool is being set up, you can use that inside information. You can inform snipers. You can inform a whole lot of other people. If you are an exchange like 𝗙𝗍, and you know that a token is going to list like a meme coin or whatever else, and 𝗙𝗍 again have a lot of employees, and they listed a whole lot of meme coins. So do they fit the criteria? Well, they're very profitable, right? They do have multiple employees. If they got internal data, they could insider trade over a prolonged period of time, because you have to be alive for a prolonged period of time. So who are the potential players? It could be Binance. Doubt it's Binance. It could be 𝗙𝗍. In fact, it could be any of the exchanges. You know the problem with the exchanges, and I'm not saying it can't be the exchanges, but ZachXBT is an on-chain sleuth, right? He is looking for the data on-chain. The problem is that with a centralized exchange, the data is not on-chain, because it's centralized exchange. And in a centralized exchange, you're trading against the counterparty, and those trades don't actually get shown on-chain, right? So the problem here is that I don't think that it's going to be an exchange, right? So I don't think it's going to be a Binance or a 𝗙𝗍, because if it is, how would ZachXBT get the information if he was using on-chain sleuth mechanics, right? So then who could it be? So ultimately what we've got to do is we've got to say, okay, what are the most profitable companies in crypto? And you can get that list in many places. You can get it of June, you can get it of 𝗙𝗙, but it kind of starts narrowing it down. Tether, Circle, Pump.fun, Uniswap, Hyperliquid, Jupiter, Aave, Lido, etc., etc. Okay, cool. Now we ran an AI model, and we kind of said to the AI model, we said, tell us who could it be? Like, what are the companies that it could actually be by process of elimination? So the first thing is you say, okay, look, you need crypto companies that are profitable, that have multiple employees, and that could somehow use the data to trade internally. So let's eliminate some things like exchanges like Bitget. Could they manipulate internally? Well, I mean, if a token lists on Bitget, the token doesn't really pump, right? 𝗙𝗏𝘀, the reason why 𝗙𝗏𝘀 is on this list is because they used to list every single meme coin, right? And so if an insider knew that a meme coin was going to launch, what they would do is they would buy it on chain and then wait for 𝗙𝗏𝘀 to launch it, insider, and then they dump it into the launch. Because remember, in the old days, meme coins used to really pump when they got any exchange listing, and 𝗙𝗏𝘀 was the exchange that let it happen. So they are one of them. There are some others that come to mind, and again, let's go back to our AI model. So can it be Coinbase? I mean, it can be. I mean, Coinbase has had insider trading, and Coinbase do take insider trading things quite seriously. They fired some people because of insider trading a while ago, etc., etc. Could it be Axiom? Of course, it could be Axiom. Axiom being the meme coin trading bot. So these become all the different options that could win. And I think let's go back to the poly market list. So Meteora, Axiom, 𝗙𝗏𝘀, Pump.fun, World Liberty Financial, Binance, Jupiter, Wintermute. I mean, they're a market maker. Okay, so ZachXBT, multiple employees, definitely. Have been around for a while, definitely. Profitable, definitely profitable. Yeah, it could be Wintermute. Upbit, Korean exchange, same thing. But again, I think they're like the Coinbase of Korea. They're highly regulated and they don't make mistakes. Tether, I mean, they don't have a lot of employees, and I mean, how could you insider trade Tether? So that's like free money. Bybit probably free money. Athena probably free money. Coinbase probably free money. And all of these are now less than 1%. Let's look at the front runners here, the ones that may be, and see if there's actually a trade here, right? So the first thing is, what you can see is that from the minute that ZachXBT actually published this, a lot of tokens actually went down. So Jito went down, Hyperliquid went down, World Liberty Fire went down, Jupiter went down, Pump.fun went down, and Meteora. And Meteora went down the most. So you look at like the chart of Meteora. The chart of Meteora actually went down the most. Markets telling you that they believe that Meteora is the actual culprit here, right? And the market's telling you this in two places. There we go, Meteora. Let's just go into daily and maybe even hourly, so we can quickly look at the daily. That's the daily chart of Meteora, and the market's telling you right now that Meteora is the most likely token. Where's it telling you? Well, the first one is Polymarket. Polymarket is telling you that there's a 45% chance that it's Meteora, and that there's a 10% chance that it's Pump.fun. The price of Meteora is down since the ZachXBT tweet. I want to try and be a little bit more exact here. So it was February 23rd, which was yesterday, and it was about an hour before the show actually started. So let's go back to this chart. Let's go onto the 1 hour chart, and let's go into, okay, now you see Meteora charts turning, which tells you that maybe there's something that's changed here. So that is where ZachXBT actually dropped his thing, and that's where Meteora went from 19 all the way down to 17 cents. So the market's telling you it could be Meteora. Secondly, the market's telling you that it could actually be Pump.fun. Let's talk about how employees at Meteora could actually benefit from this. And you can see Pump.fun also went from 19.5 all the way to now 18 cents or 17.8 cents. Sorry, 0.01786. Let's talk about what Meteora is and how people could have abused this thing. So this is Meteora. What do Meteora do? They build liquidity pools. What is a liquidity pool? When you launch a meme coin, you want to make sure that people can buy the meme coin using Sol or USD or whatever else. And so what you do is you pair USD with a meme coin or Sol with a meme coin, and you create a liquidity pool, and people trade against the liquidity pool. Now, what do I mean by trade against the liquidity pool? You see this one here, and I'm just using a random example, 𝗙𝗘_Sol. That's a 𝗙𝗘_Sol liquidity pool. Inside that liquidity pool are 𝗙 tokens and Solana tokens, usually equal proportions. When you want to buy 𝗙, you send Sol and you buy 𝗙, and therefore you change the liquidity pool. All of a sudden there's more Solana and less 𝗙. When you want to sell 𝗙, you sell 𝗙 and you effectively take Solana out. That's what a liquidity pool is. Now, before you launch a meme coin, you create a liquidity pool, and you create the liquidity pool on Meteora, or a lot of them get created on Meteora. How could insiders use this information? Well, if you know that a liquidity pool is getting created for Trump token, Melania token, a big name token, you can immediately phone the snipers and say, hey guys, there's a token that's launching very soon. I know this because I've just set up the liquidity pool, and we can and you can snipe it because I'm telling you that it's about to come out, and probably the insiders in Meteora know exactly when it is going to come out. Now, do they do this? Have they done this before? Well, actually kind of yes. So there are multiple places where, hold on, why is that doing this? There are multiple places and multiple examples where Meteora has actually faced allegations of insider information, or providing people with insider information, to the extent that one of their founders, a guy called Ben Chow, was actually...
Just to explain, we happen to be, and by the way, I'm jet lagged like crazy. I haven't slept for 17 hours. But apart from that, just, wanted to explain, we were, building a protocol, and we got a lot of interest. And one of the interest that we got was specifically from 𝗙𝗘𝗔𝗧𝗪.
So long story short, this is a 25-minute conversation where the guy was filming the 25-minute video between Ben from Meteora and Dirk from 𝗙𝗘𝗔𝗪. It implicates 7 big names such as insiders and snipers. Hayden was the guy that was involved in launching the Trump token, the Melania token, and the Libra. What is the token called? The one where the Argentinian president, I think it was called the Libra token. It was the Libra token. And here he basically gets implicated. He implicates himself that he actually somehow gave out information, and eventually what happened was this dude resigned. So it could be Meteora. There's a big chance that it is actually Meteora, and that's why Polymarkets is giving us a 43% chance that it's actually Meteora. It could also be Pump.fun. Why? Because number one, they have a lot of employees. Number two, they're profitable. Number three, it's been going on for a long time. Number four, Pump.fun actually have got a history of kind of leaking announcements. So you can kind of see every time before there's an announcement, there's always been a pump before the announcement. So like Pump.fun have got a history of actually leaking announcement. Pump.fun are actually also in court. So we managed to find these court documents. I'll try and, why are the court documents not showing here? Don't worry, I read the court documents, so you don't have to. Page 66. Paragraph, if I remember, 269. Whoever launched the token shares it with their inner circle first. It then propagates outwards through private Telegram groups before public awareness forms. This is part of a court case against the people of Pump.fun. So if you work at Pump.fun, you get information as to early token launches, and you can share it with people who have sniper bots and whatever else. So it could actually be Pump.fun as well. It could be 𝗙𝗙𝗃 as well, etc., etc. So how do we know what it is, and how do we actually end up making money here? So the first thing is that the reason why Polymarket is so successful is because that's the place where insiders can trade without being insider traders, right? Like if you were at Meteora now and you knew that this was risky, you could go to Polymarkets right now. In fact, I even read an article that said that Israeli soldiers who knew when strikes were going to happen actually bet on Polymarkets and actually made money because they were the soldiers and they actually had the information. I read an article about something like that. I might actually even have it here. I actually want to show you this article because I think that that's quite a... I'll see if I can find it for you because I remember the guy that sent it to me. Otherwise the researchers will send it to me. I wonder if they will actually. Let's have a look here. I don't actually have it. Let's see if the researchers will send it to you. But there was a situation where Israeli soldiers were actually implicated or arrested because they were trading on Polymarkets and inside information of when strikes were going to happen. So generally, people in the know can manipulate Polymarkets or take bets on Polymarkets markets. And right now, what the market is actually telling you here is that it's probably Meteora, and if it's not Meteora, it's those guys over there. How accurate is Polymarket? Well, 91% accurate 4 hours before, 80.7% accurate 12 hours before, 74% accurate 1 day before, and 76% accurate 1 week before. Where are we? We are 2 days out. Okay, so we are 2 days out from this event, and we don't. And right now, what the market's telling you is that it is Meteora, which means that there's probably a 74% chance that this is correct and that it is actually Meteora. So, where's the trade here? Where's the trade here? The first trade is that you can go to poly markets and you can actually just short the other one. So, like, for example, you know it's not World Liberty Financial, right? Like, because they haven't been going around for a while, they're not profitable. It shouldn't even be on the list. So, I mean, I wouldn't take the bet for 4%. So for every dollar that you invest, you're basically getting 4 cents back if this happens. It's not a great ROI, right? It's not a great ROI here. But if you wanted to, you could actually take a bet on all these long tail ones, right? Like, chances are it's not those. And if you take a bet on all of these, you probably make 4 or 5% return. That's one way to actually do it. The other way, here we go. There is one researcher who's very diligent here, and he's listening. I think all the other ones should get fined for not listening. What do you think, 𝗙𝗪? Israeli accuses two of using military secrets to place poly market bets. This is what I said to you. This is what I said to you. So now, the one bet is you can go and take bets on poly market, and you can bet on who it is. Like, I don't think it's 𝗙𝗘𝗔𝗧𝗪. The reason why I don't think it's 𝗙𝗘𝗔𝗪 is no one cares about 𝗙𝗘𝗪. There's no token. It needs to be able to move price. Probably not Binance, probably not Jupiter, etc., etc. The other way is to be ready to long and to short. Okay, so you got to be ready to long and to short when the news actually comes out. Okay, you understand what I'm saying here? To long and to short when the news actually comes out. So, but to be ready to long and to short when the news actually comes out, you've got to know what you want to long and what you want to short. So, the one that is implicated, you want to short, and the ones that were accused but are not implicated, you want to long. That's basically how you want to play that trade. The only problem is that you have a matter of milliseconds to do it, because the market will reprice this thing in milliseconds. And so you've got to trade this thing in milliseconds, right? So, what's the list? The list for me that I would be looking at is Pump.fun, right? You want to look at Meteora, you want to look at Pump.fun, and I mean, let's just look at all the other ones that and how much all the other ones actually moved. Probably you want to look at Pump.fun and Meteora. Like that, those are the ones that have probably moved a lot. Now, if they are implicated, you want to go short, and if they are not, you want to go long, and you want to do this in a matter of milliseconds. How do you do it in a matter of milliseconds? So, the best way that I know how to do it is through the 247 news terminal. What is the news terminal? I'm going to explain it to you guys again. This is a terminal that every time that news comes out from reliable sources, it brings you the news in a matter of milliseconds. Like literally a matter of milliseconds. And not only does it bring you the news in a matter of milliseconds, but it also preloads the trade for you. Now, I'm not sure if I've got money in this account, but let's see if I can just see there's news that came out on 𝗏, right? Now, that news is served to me in milliseconds. And if I want to go long, because I have preset my trade alert sizes on my exchange, I've preset my trade. I can either trade $100, $500, or I can short $100 or $500. I press $100. Holy shit, I think I just took the wrong trade. Okay, there, $100. Okay, do I have money? I don't have money in this account. That's terrible. Hold on, let's try here. Okay, let's try and see if I can get a trade. Let's just find a trade here just for fun. Okay. I don't have money in this account. Damn, I really wanted to show you how this thing works. Long story short, you preset your trades. Okay, so you why is this? Hold on, let me get rid of this toolbar here. How do I get rid of this stupid toolbar here? Okay, so long story short, this news terminal serves you news in a matter of seconds and even milliseconds. You've preset your trade sizes. On the 26th, this is going to come out, and within milliseconds, you will get the list here. And then all you do is you either go long or you go short, because the AI already reads what tokens are being spoken about. So let's just see if I can. No, failed to place. Okay, I don't have enough money in this account to actually place. Let's see if I can actually place a bigger trade. Yeah, maybe that'll work. Yeah, okay. Okay, so, and then what happens is you can actually manage all your orders here from the terminal. I don't have money in this account, but I will load up money and I'll show you guys exactly how this thing actually works tomorrow. But what you can see here is that the news comes out. As the news comes out, within a matter of milliseconds, the AI reads the news, tells you what tokens, and it gives you the option to long and short pre-specified amounts. Now, you can plug in your 𝗏𝗏𝗏 exchange, your Bybit exchange, your Hyperliquid exchange, whatever exchange you want to plug in and trade from that exchange, right? And you can preset the amounts, and you get served the news in milliseconds. So that's how you can make money here. One, you can play it on poly markets, or two, you can be the quickest when the news actually comes out. We've been using this product for a long time. I don't know if you remember, but I used to take a lot of trades on the show live with this product. What we've done just for now, because I want you guys to experience the product, is we said, look, everyone can actually try it for free. So just if you want to try it for free, it's free. But so for front runners, this product has been free for a long time. But if you want to, if you take this special over here, you just say click on it. You get the first month free. If you want to carry on afterwards, it's $99. You can cancel the subscription before the end of the first month. But for now, you can actually use it for free. If you want to keep it after that, after 1 month, it costs $99 a month. But I think now, I just wanted you guys to get a feel for it. And this news opportunity actually sounds like the best opportunity to actually do it. So what I did was I said, okay, just for 1 month, everyone just try it for free. See how you can make money very fast in milliseconds. And if you can make money in milliseconds, then you realize the power of being able to trade news before everybody else. Now, again, just to explain to you what actually happens here. There's an AI here that knows what the most influential and accurate accounts are. It reads the news, and as you can see, it gives you a positive or negative. It actually even says to you, hey, positive news, negative news. So you can read if it's positive or negative. And then your sizes here are actually preset, and within milliseconds, you can basically click, bang, trade. That's it. You're in the trade, and you're out the trade, and you never, ever, ever have to leave the terminal. You want to try it? Just for this ZachXBT thing, I thought it was actually quite cool to do it. Use this code today. You do it for free. Everyone can sign up for free. Connect your exchange. It's free. If you want to keep your subscription after, it's $99 a month. If you want to, if you join Frontrunners, which is now called 247 Research, then you actually get the news terminal for free forever. So if you use that link, you actually get access. You'll join Frontrunners, but you actually get the Frontrunners get access to the news terminal for forever. And people actually spend time in Telegram, in Discord channels, and talk about news trades. We show people how to trade the news, etc., etc. In this market, that's one of the ways to actually land up making money. And if you need an exchange, just sign up with one of the exchange partners. You get $1,000 open position. So, because remember, if you want to trade the news, you have to have an exchange to plug in. Otherwise, there's nowhere to actually execute the trade. So that's the story. It looks like right now it's Meteora. Let's wait for the February 26th and see. Let's see if you can be fastest finger first. If you can get it in milliseconds. If you can, you'll make money. And if you can't, well, then you'll be the exit liquidity. That's basically how it works. Markets, quickly, just before we go. I think Bitcoin slightly recovering, 63,500. Not much going on. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully there'll be more going on. Till then, trade well, my friends.